Hey, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I've done any kind of videos or anything. I've been really busy with work. I'm actually on vacation with my family in Williamstown, Kentucky right now, and we're out at the Ark Encounter. I figured I'd do an intro to this next video. I got rid of the, I don't want to say I got rid of, but I no longer have the 73 W9, and I now have an 88 Marmon 57L. Kind of introduce y'all to the truck in this video and start working on it. I want to catch all that on video. Hope if you'd like anything you see, like and subscribe, and share it on social media, share it with your friends. Marmon's kind of a special truck, so I'm really looking forward to doing all this work on the truck for all of you, and hope you stay tuned and watch the whole video, and let's have some fun watching me bust my knuckles up and stuff. Hey, have a great day. Stay blessed, everybody. Well, here it is. This is my 1988 Marmon 57L. Has a cat 3306B. As you can see, the frame has been extended on this truck by a previous owner. I guess he said that was about 5 foot. I do have pictures of what it originally looked like. Has a Hendrickson air ride system on it. Needs a little bit of work back here, some bushings and stuff, but overall in pretty darn good condition. Now, what I've been dealing with, because it's been sitting all winter, and went to go drive it, and I had a brake issue. So I knew there was an issue with the one slack adjuster right here, but it was supposed to be sticking, but I found it was just way out of adjustment. So I got in there, adjusted it. These are old school self-adjusting slack adjusters. So you get out your 9/16 wrench, push in and adjust, turn it the whole way till it's tight, and then cut it back half a turn. At least that's how I was taught how to do it 30 some years ago. Never had an issue with them. So I went to drive it, and brakes kept locking up. So this morning I came out, started up the truck, started adjusting everything, and the brakes were still sticking. And before it was just this one wheel, so I thought it was just this one here that was out of adjustment, but it turns out that nope, it was not that. So I started messing with stuff, and I noticed that that all the brakes are locking up and not releasing. So I walked back here with the brakes released, wheels chalked, of course, brakes released, and my brake lights were on. So then I started thinking, I wonder if this brake valve over here is sticking. So I went on to one of the Marmon groups on Facebook and started asking questions. Here's the interior of the 88 57L. It's a shame that the original passenger seat is just beat. Driver's seat's been replaced, but pretty decent. Has this old school retro style wheel in it. I'm actually going to get rid of that and put a wood wheel in it, one that's about 2 inches less in diameter. This is a 20-inch wheel. I'm going to go with an 18-inch. I just like the wood wheels better. I like the way they feel, and they have kind of a little bit of class to them. Pretty much everything in this truck does work gauge wise, except for the speedometer. So I'm hoping that's just not connected up properly, and I can remedy that issue fairly easily. But so I go on to one of the Marmon groups this morning on Facebook and asked them, okay, if this is an issue with this pedal, see, this pedal just kind of flops like this and does not come back up. So, and it only came up with this issue after I let this thing sit for a couple months. So somebody, well, multiple people said pop off this rubber seal back here. If I can get in there, pop off that rubber seal and hit it with, the one gentleman said hit it with WD-40 instead of PB Blaster, because WD-40 will be a lot easier on any kind of rubber seals or anything and won't eat them up. So we're going to pop this seal off and see if we can spray down in there with the WD-40. Let's give that a shot. Let's see if I can get this off with one hand here. I might have to take that apart, clean that a little better too. That could, all that corrosion could be causing the sticking problem. Let's get this rubber seal off here. Okay, here you can see I got the rubber seal off. I had to pause this for a second so I could use both hands to get that out. The rubber seal looks like it's still in pretty darn good condition, not cracking or dry rotted or anything like that. So, and that still seems to be sticking even though the seal's off. So we're going to take our handy dandy WD-40 here, and I'm going to spray that down in there, and we're going to see what we can do. Get a good healthy blast in there. Underneath this valve piece. And then work that loose. Hopefully that will soak in there over the next little bit and start to loosen that up. I'm going to let this thing sit for a little bit. Dry my hand off. I got WD-40 on my fingers. So, yeah, I'm going to let that sit for a few hours. Soak in there. Then I'm going to start the truck up, build up the air, see if that made any kind of a difference. I might even just let it sit overnight and mess with it tomorrow. See what happens with that valve, because basically the truck at this point right now is undrivable. The second I go to leave my driveway and I hit the brakes down at the bottom of the mountain, it locks up, and then I gotta wait for that to release. It takes about 5 minutes or so for that thing to release on its own. Gotta keep tapping it and bumping it, and it'll finally release. But then the second I hit the brakes again, and well, I got to sit there and wait for the whole process to go through all over again. So we're going to keep plugging away at this, because the last thing I really want to do is get in there and replace a valve, and when I don't believe it's a valve. I think it's just sticking from sitting. Like I said, there was a lot of corrosion in there when I went to pull that out. So hopefully that is the issue. I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess. So here I have the hood open. This is the Cat 3306B. Not sure of the mileage on this motor. It runs strong. There's no blow by. I was told these are decent motors, little powerhouses, get great fuel mileage. They're not race cars by any means, but they do the job and they do it well. So I'm thinking once I start working this truck, I'll put a 13 speed in, and that will supposedly help. It only has a 9 speed presently. Previous owner installed front airbags on the front axle, so it actually rides pretty decent for the most part whenever you're running down the highway. Not nowhere near as bad as the A model I had was, because that was spring ride front and rear. So that truck really beat the snot out of you. The heat works really well in this truck. Defrost, everything works as it should. Originally did have AC, but the AC compressor, as you can see, is gone. So I'm going to look into that at one point, see what needs to be done to make that work again. Walk around here to the other side. And you can see the front airbags a little bit better over here on this side. There's a leak in the system. I gotta figure out where that is. I'm hoping it's not a bag, but you never know. I think it's a line, because they didn't leak very bad when I got the truck, so I'm thinking a line probably has worked its way loose. Here's the other side of the motor. There's some typical Cat leaks, but if it's a Caterpillar and it's not leaking, well, you most likely don't have oil in the truck. So here we have, this is a one tank wonder truck, one tank. The other side, and yes, it is only a day cab, which is fine, because I don't plan on living in a truck or anything like that. I plan on only doing day trips and stuff like that. So that's about it. We'll be back after I let that valve sit and let the WD-40 soak in a little bit more. So while I have that soaking, the pedal back there, I popped the hood, and I'm gonna just kind of go over some stuff and put that on video as well. Been a while since I've done a video, so figured I'd catch up on some stuff here, show you all some updates of what I have going on and everything. Get this door open. I didn't put the seal back on yet, but it now seems to be working properly. I got it really good and soaked. I'll shut this thing off. It doesn't need to be running. Find my air leak. That's air leak in the front suspension. I got to find that. But that brake issue has now been resolved. Brake lights should be out. Brake lights are out. The whole works. So that's a good thing. So we're going to take this thing for a drive here shortly and make sure everything is working properly and everything like that. So I let it sit for about an hour, started it up and let it build up air pressure. Actually, it seems to be working just fine. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to take it for a drive here shortly. So, okay, we were messing with a brake valve on the Marmon here the other day. I got it unstuck and it's working properly. Took the truck for a drive, having some fuel system problems. I got those worked out with some injector cleaner and some water separator stuff, and put a new fuel water separator filter on and some other stuff, and running good. Took it for a drive. Now I gotta adjust the brakes, the old style manual slack adjusters, and they're a pain, but whatever. 9/16 wrench fixes that pretty quick. But my biggest thing is now I have a pretty bad air leak, and it's coming from the airbag on the driver's side on the front suspension. So try and take care of that. Get the old one off so I can figure out what airbag I need for it. So let's have fun with that. Yay. So first things first, on this airbag, I got to get the air lines off before I get in there with the impact and try and get the bag out. I have no idea how this bag is in here. I've only ever done rear airbags on like old Internationals and Freightliners, Kenworth, one or two of those, but never a front suspension system. So I'm basically just kind of taking stuff apart and hoping I don't take the wrong thing apart. So yeah, let's try and get this done. Okay, we have it to where it's finger tight, and I can get this off. Pull this down and out of the way so it doesn't get crushed or messed up in any way. Okay, now it looks like all I gotta do is get my impact gun on there and get those bolts off, and hopefully I have a better idea of how this bag is on here. Okay, hopefully I got, tried to get a 15/16 wrench down in behind the frame, but all my larger wrenches are too big to get in there. So I'm going to try and squeeze this socket down in there and then get my impact on the front side here. So without busting up my knuckles or anything like that. And we're going to need a deep well for that. Oh, good times. Okay, we're going to try this now. That breaker bar with an impact socket. If I can get in here to get this on. Get down in there on that bolt. That's the hard part. Getting to these bolts without climbing up underneath the truck. You know, I'm probably going to edit a lot of this stuff out. Okay, they are loose. I'm trying to get on the back side of these bolts. There is just not a whole lot of room in there to get a wrench or anything like that in there. Oh, look at that. We got that one. There we go. So I don't lose my bolt. Try and grab that. Get an old truck, they said. It'll be fun, they said. There's a brake line right here. It comes through and on the other side. So I have to try to get around that somehow. Let's see if I can flip this wrench over. See, kids, this is why you make a lot of money and then go hire a professional to do all your work. We got that one off. Awesome. The best part is now I got to get them all back together once I get a new bag. That nut just fell. I'll try and get that later. And there they are. Get the gun out of the way. Now, I'm not sure what is holding the bottom of the bag on. I don't know if it sits on there or if it's actually attached with a pin or bolts or not, anything like that. Because it looks like it sits on this plate and the U-bolts that hold the spring to the axle go through this plate that the bag is sitting on. I'm really hoping I don't have to pull all that apart to get that bag off. And right now, it is kind of appearing that way. Oh, this is great. So, change up here a little bit. We got the airbag out. Now all I have to do is run down to the truck parts place and grab a new bag, because ordered one on Amazon and of course it's the wrong bag. So I got to return this one, and I'm just going to go directly down to Cumberland Truck or Bergie's, whatever they are this week. These places seem to change their names like the Amish change their underwear. Well, that way I can get this new bag on, and this thing's ready to roll. Like I said, I took it for a drive the other day. Man, running really well. Shifts nice with the new shifter extension on it. That extra weight, I know a lot of people, shifter extension, you're just trying to be cool. It is cool. But with an old 9-speed like this, it just flops into gear with that extra weight. So it's actually a real joy to drive. I took video of it, but for some reason my camera did not save it, and because I was going to add that to this video. Well, obviously I can't drive the truck right now because this airbag is off. And right here, and right in there, see? That is the culprit. That's why it was leaking. Rubbing up against something, so I'm actually going to fabricate something to put behind there, or see if there's something I can cut off. That way I don't get another hole like this in this new airbag. The other day I looked at another truck, actually. Hoping that we can work out a deal. It's more suit my needs rather than this truck. This is a great truck. This is going to be one heck of a great truck for somebody. I'm going to need something with a sleeper, even just a small 36-inch bunk. And so if you know anybody who's got any old cab overs with a small sleeper, or even like a Freightliner FLD 120, something with like a 36-inch bunk, let me know. I will swap you even title for title. So I looked at another truck, a little bit newer than this one, but it's still older, ELD exempt, no emissions, thank God, because they are just a nightmare. I know. Oh, the environment. Oh, the poor environment. These newer trucks, they're constantly blowing sensors and all kinds of stuff, and a lot of these sensors aren't even available yet for retail. So guys are sitting there and they have thousands of dollars wrapped up into payments each month, and they're not rolling because their truck is sitting at the dealer waiting on a sensor. That's a $25 part. So it's just kind of really ridiculous. And so just really hoping that I can work something out with this other truck. If not, I have this thing listed on Marketplace right now, here in the Harrisburg area where I live. I have it posted for sale or trade. Either one I'm cool with. Right now I do have a company job, and I do make decent money at that company job, so I'm good. I just really like working for myself a lot more than I do working for somebody else. I get treated very well at the company that I'm at. Decent, if you like newer trucks, they're decent trucks. All the bells and whistles, they're pretty trucks, but they're slow. They don't shift because, well, they're automatic. Everybody buys automatics now because, you know, there's the flip-flop wearing pieces of garbage out there that, you know, I can't drive a manual transmission. Well, you should be driving a truck. That's just my opinion. So we're gonna get a new airbag, and we will probably in the next video do the install and building the piece to protect the new bag, so I don't have this happen again. And I will probably adjust the old school manual slack adjusters on this thing in that video as well. So like and subscribe. Hoping, and I know it's been a while since I put out a video. Winter in the Northeast kind of stinks sometimes. So, but hey, I don't like being cold. I'm getting too old for that. Maybe I should edit that out. Makes me sound like a wuss. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, like and subscribe. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in central Pennsylvania. It's all cloudy and it's about 45 degrees. So I got some stuff to button up here, and have a great day, and take care.